Dear Jewel, I left you with a few things to always hold on to. Loyalty, elusiveness, and brute force. If you remember these lessons, you will survive. If anyone can, it's you. Love you always, Dad.
Xbox One S, starting at $299.
And now that Phil Coulson's no longer the director, are you going to be in the field more action?
Yeah, I think once again he's a guy whose first name is Agent, and whether he likes it or not, he is back in the field, and I think some part of him deep down feels comfortable there and is happy to be there. And he seems to be back working in the field with a new partner, Agent Mackenzie. And I think that's exciting for him. I think they're going to make a good team.
The problem of the Inhumans still be around?
Yeah, that's not going anywhere. That's just a proliferation. And, you know, it's, in the one hand, you might say it's a problem, but it might be something kind of exciting. There are good Inhumans as well. But it's certainly something on our show that will be impacted by the Sokovia Accords and those who want to register people who are different.
Now with the revelation of Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, and we saw it at the car, and I saw you tease Lola on your Instagram, so are we going to see Lola back, or is it possibly car chase between the two of you?
I don't know. That's a really good idea. We were, I was on the set, and there was Lola temporarily uncovered by some of the crew guys, so I just thought it was a beautiful picture. I don't know what's going to happen yet. I imagine if he's got that cool car, I should probably get my own cool car out.
All right, so you just got your hair done. How do you feel about that?
I cry every time I get something to my hair done because, I was such a long hair person, and then it just keeps getting darker and darker and shorter and shorter. I'm like, no, my security blanket. But it's empowering. It's cool. I don't love it as Chloe, but for Daisy, it's going to be super, super cool for this season.
Now you're kind of headed in a new direction because I believe the show's picking up right where the 6-month jump forward ended.
Yes.
So you're on your own, you're going rogue, you're robbing banks.
Rogue. I think we'll see that, all the bank robbing and all that stuff is not exactly what it seems. But she's mourning in her own way, and, she lost people who are really close to her, and I feel like she kind of is trying to make up for it in some way, or make herself pay for what she's done, even though none of it was really her fault. And so she's kind of mourning by pushing everyone she cares about away and probably causing more problems. So I'm getting really emo.
Now, speaking of emo, was that outfit at the end, was that a disguise, or is that kind of Daisy's new look?
What we talk about often on the show is that her look is always changing. So she's a chameleon, and that's her thing. So there's never really going to be a set look. And that's actually fun because you see different versions of cosplay all the time. You're like Season 1 Daisy, or Goth Daisy, or Gauntlet Daisy, or Sky, or So that's really cool that there's so many different versions of this character. She's always changing. So there'll be different variations, but I think we're going towards a more a darker look. Not necessarily goth, but definitely just edgier.
How do you think Fitz, will we see Fitz, if Fitz will find out about the LMD right away?
I don't know if it'll be right away. I think that, there's no guarantee that he will, but, I would assume, with Radcliffe coming back and we've seen the LMDs, that it would be, something that Fitz becomes involved with, that's his kind of field.
Do you think he'd approve?
I don't know, that's a good question, that is. I think he'd be very intrigued by it. Of course he would. It depends on what capacity they'll be using it for. I think the LMDs from the comics, as far as I know, are there to kind of protect and defend. So, I suppose in that respect, why would he not approve? But yeah, depending on what way they're utilised. But I think he'd be fascinated with the engineering behind it.
What if they made a Ward LMD?
That would be sick.